repetitive,
passive,
generic,
dependent,
teacher-centric,
mundane. Actually, in my class, I've always liked to do reflections, especially during pre and post. So I was wondering about how this could be done further or extended during lessons. So when Mrs. Azriza mentioned during PD that, hey, we're going to do metacognition, I thought that might be a good thing that we're going to try, and I'm really interested to know how to do it further.
Reading comprehension text has always been a challenge for my students. We thought that by teaching them to be more reflective of what they are reading and to manage their thinking processes, they will depend less on the teachers to make sense of the texts.
At the soft launch of the EL syllabus, I got introduced to the concept of metacognition. I realized that metacognition is something that adults actually engage in subconsciously. If this is made explicit in the EL classroom, this would definitely be a very powerful tool that will empower teachers and students themselves.
So metacognition promises to provide a better way of empowering students to take ownership of their own learning. Students will also ask questions regarding their thinking and know that their questions are valuable in their process of learning and negotiating meaning in the text.
There are two parts to metacognition. One is the metacognitive knowledge and the other is the metacognitive regulation. Metacognitive knowledge is the awareness of one's thinking processes, while metacognitive regulation is the ability to manage one's own thinking processes.
From the workshop, I learned that metacognition involves meaningful and purposeful reflection. That is not just about studies, but also includes social metacognition. Also, metacognition is mainly about thinking in a more structured form.
If we truly want our students to be lifelong learners and self-directed, we have to teach them how to reflect on what they already know, what they need to know, so that they can revise their efforts to improve their learning.
I think metacognition has made the teachers more aware about why different students give different responses because they have different assumptions, experiences and prior knowledge.
And really, in the process of justifying their responses, students will question their own thinking and not rely solely on the teachers. Eventually, this will lead to students correcting themselves, just like an autocorrect function, in a Word document.
Through the use of metacognition in our curriculum, more of my students were able to be more aware of their thought processes. For instance, some of them were able to question their own initial understanding of passages and derive a deeper understanding through questioning the text further.
I'm more aware of how I get my students to engage with the text. I do not provide them the answers now, but instead I encourage them to ask questions regarding the text. When students question their own assumptions, learning becomes richer.
I personally would like to be more structured in the way I make my students reflect on their learning. I also want them to set more progressive goals. So in the future, I would also like to inspire the other teachers in the fraternity to do the same thing. So we can do simple steps by just including simple thinking or reflective routines in the classroom. Perhaps it can be before the lesson starts, after a certain concept is taught, and even after the entire unit is taught, so that we can really track the students' learning and then see how we can close the gaps when there are any present through the conversations or through the things the students say.
For me, I would like to try different thinking routines and strategies during the lesson, right? And also I would like to do more sharing with the teachers, especially if I find that a certain thinking routine really works. Since I oversee CCE as well, I would like to extend this to the CCE curriculum together with English.
Also, as part of the core team, I would do my best to encourage and guide other EL teachers to explore using metacognition in their teaching and learning.
I hope that my teachers will continue to explore how metacognition can help them improve their students' learning as well as their craft. This work on metacognition as a department would not have been possible without the support of my master teacher, Mr. Cedric Leong, and Prof. Lee from NIE. To the both of you, thank you very much for getting us excited on metacognition.